Is your long summer filled to the brim with an uninteresting schedule? Are you tired of spending your entire weekend staying inside eating vanilla ice cream while watching reruns of sitcoms you don't even enjoy? Do you like wolf spiders? Well, do we have a proposition for you?
Then come on down to Mini Point Scout Camp located in Ponsford, Minnesota. We have everything here, from rifles to sailing and swimming to archery. Daily activities like these are not the only things going on here. You can also knock off some merit badges when you're here. And when that's all over, we have free time where you can do whatever you want to. Besides all that, we have special daily events too, like the polar bear or a morning lake swim to the Ironman triathlon with canoeing, swimming, and running.
Food here is great too, because you get to cook it yourself. So come on down to Many Point Scout Camp and spice up your summer now.
It's Jokes of the Day with me, Henry.
And Jared.
And Ben.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor Who?
Ha, 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 ha.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Spell.
Spell who?
WHO.
Oh,
Knock, knock.
who's there?
Boo.
Boo-hoo.
Why are you so sad?
Why did the man throw his clock?
I don't know.
To see time fly.
What did the tie say to the hat?
What?
You go on ahead. I'll hang here.
Breaking news. Due to the heat of the summer, the mosquito population has dropped so rapidly that EPA has issued a countrywide emergency. Mosquitoes have been moved onto the endangered species list and are at risk of extinction.
New laws have been made to help keep the species alive. According to Article 9, Section F, Paragraph 13 of the new laws, you see a mosquito, you must walk up to it covered in sugar and let it suck your blood. Everyone that disobeys a mosquito rehabilitation will be sent to a mosquito rehabilitation center to be food for mosquitoes.
This week on Game Talk is about Kid Icarus Uprising. The story is of Pit, a young angel that can't fly and is the strongest of Palutena's army. The goddess of light Palutena guides Pit through many levels to defeat Medusa by giving him her power of flight to fly in air battles for less than 5 minutes. Then comes the land battle. Defeat underworld enemies and get to the boss. Defeat the boss to beat the level. Multiplayer mode is intense and fun. That's it for today.
Hi, I'm Zachary Seaman, Troop 18, and you're listening to KMPC AM 1610. First of all, let's discuss the largest rainstorm that we had this week. From Tuesday 11 o'clock to Wednesday 2 o'clock, we had a serious rainstorm that hit Voyageur, or Many Point. Many scouts woke up to find most of their belongings and themselves dripping wet. The sky was entirely filled with lightning, and the wind was horrendous. We have found scouts claiming that Round Lake had risen 3 inches during the storm and then dropped back to its original. In the morning, many of the roads used by scouts and vehicles alike were muddy and hazardous.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue waters, dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. I hear her voice in the morning hour, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down that road I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday, yesterday. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home down country road.
Hey, let's go jokes for you. First one. A man walks into a pet store. He sees a parrot with 2 strings attached to each leg. He asks the clerk about it. She said, for the left leg, he says hello. For the right leg, he says goodbye. The man then asks, what happens when you pull both strings at the same time? The parrot squawks, I fall off my porch, you fool. Here's another one. All those Star Wars fans who want to make a human-sized R2-D2. Here's how. First, you need a midget on roller skates, then give him a boombox. Last but not least, I'll put a trash can over him. Then, there you go. A human R2. For all those bad golfers and skydivers, here's one for you. What is the difference between a bad golfer and a bad skydiver? One goes whack, dawn. The other one goes dawn, whack. Last but not least, for all Minnesotans, it's what you call a crazy loon. A lunatic.
Hey, it's Evan.
I'm Nick.
If you ever find yourself stuck in a zombie apocalypse, there are a few tips we can tell you.
Number 1. One of 4 zombies can walk up 1 step. Go to a very tall building with stairs.
Use quieter weapons to defend yourself. Some examples are sharpened staves, a bat, or a gun with a silencer.
Number 3. Collect as much food and water as you can.
Number 4. Don't go to crowded or heavily populated areas. There could be many zombies there. And number 5, last but not least, have fun.
And then, so you know some tips of how to survive a zombie apocalypse. You'll be ready when there is one. See you next time.
Here's a story of Al and his wedding ring and a big trip that they took. Read it on a bathroom wall at Tamarack and in an ice-cracking telephone booth. Playing football with Peter Thomas, with Steph and Ellen, for heaven's sake. When the ball hit his hand, the ring went spinning unplanned down to the bottom of Many Point Lake. It went falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. He was so scared he could hardly breathe that Beth would never be his sweetheart again. Al turned to Peter with a pale face. He said, I've done something horribly wrong. My wedding ring went flying in the big lake, and you passed the football too long. Then I heard a plink, and it fell in the drink, and Tucker swam around and round. Oh, for heaven's sake, my ring fell in the lake, and I think that I wanna drown. We're all falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. He was so scared he could hardly breathe that Beth would never be his sweetheart again. Well, there was plenty of help from the shoreline. Mark bought mask and snorkel for sight. Joel and Heather tossed a stick to mark the drop spot. The collar told him of a similar play. Al dove and rose till his toenail froze. The horseflies bit till his tummy aches. Al said to Beth, I'll catch my death before I leave the ring in this lake. Well, he's falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Al was so scared he could hardly breathe that Beth would never be his sweetheart again. Meanwhile, down the lake in his kayak, Roger paddled past the pumper out deep. Peter strolled by and told the story. Terry said, I've got a tool in the Jeep. With his metal detector, he found a penny and a dime, and to the barking of a dog named Jake, it beeped one last time, and Peter did dive and brought the ring up from Many Point Lake, where it's all falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Al was so scared he could hardly breathe that Beth would never be his sweetheart again. So if you're ever going up to Many Point, you gotta be careful up there. Put your wedding ring in your pocket and wear clean underwear. Take a golden retriever in your back street. Drink Bloody Marys from Tom Holden. But if you make a mistake down in Many Point Lake, you may never see your wedding ring again. Where it's all going down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Al's so scared he can hardly breathe that Beth would never be a sweetheart again. It's all going down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Al was so scared he could hardly breathe that Beth would never be a sweetheart again.
Good afternoon. Today with the weather is blue skies with some clouds and a light breeze. It is also a little wet from the rain. It would be a good idea to be ready for more rain with your rain gear with you at all times. Also to prepare your tent for the rain so you don't have soaked items. But don't only worry about rain. You should also be ready for the heat with sunscreen, a hat if you want one, and bug spray to keep away the bugs.
Hi. I'm here with the top 10 best hack and slash games of all time. In number 1, in 2001, we have Fable. For number 2, came out this year. In 2011, Skyrim, or The Elder Scrolls V. The third one is Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Fourth is Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. Fifth is Oblivion, The Elder Scrolls IV. 6 is Diablo 2, Lords of Destruction. 7 is the Diablo series. 8 is Dungeons & Dragons Online. 9 is Dungeons & Dragons Heroes. And 10 is Morrowind, The Elder Scrolls III.
Hey, would you like to go sailing? You can buy your very own yacht at our South Beach Yacht Club. You could go sailing every day. Sailboats at the South Beach Yacht Club are the highest quality, and our customer service is top-notch in all of Many Point. Now back to KMPC AM 1610, sponsored by the Nature Center, where you can satisfy all your natural tea needs.
When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky where my parents were born. There's a backwards old town that's often remembered so many times that the memories are born. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Sometimes we would travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Adria Hill, where the air smelled like snakes and we'd shoot with our pistols, and empty pop bottles is all we would kill. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. And the coal company came with the world's largest shovel, and they tortured the timber and stripped all the land. Ducked for their coal till the land was forsaken, wrote it all down as the progress of man. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise awaiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's gold train has hauled it away. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away.
Hey Scouts, always remember to put away food and take out the trash. Let me introduce you to Joe, the average scout. Joe wanted to make a raccoon friend, so he left out his food and trash. Soon enough, Joe spotted a raccoon. It looked friendly. Joe said hi. The raccoon thanked Joe for the food and, after doing his dishes, went with Joe to the trading post. On the way there, Joe's raccoon friend got struck by lightning and had to leave camp. Joe had no friends. He was sad. So Scouts, always remember to put away food and take out the trash, because if you don't, your friends will get struck by lightning.
Hello, Many Point. This is Matthew Fuchs coming to you live from KMPC AM 1610. First in the weather report, it rained melted chocolate and the clouds turned into cotton candy. Kids have ran out of their homes to see this tasty sight. Next in the news, a man has been forced to sit in the corner for attempting to sell poisonberry pies in the intersection of Doofus Street and Lamo Avenue. Finally, in other news, I saw a loon turn into a flying shark after it started to fly. That is all I have for tonight, so this is Matthew Fuchs signing out. Peace out, yo.
Hello and welcome to KMPC AM 1610, coming from Many Point Scout Camp. Some things you can do at Many Point are shooting 22 rifles and 20 gauge shotguns. You can even shoot a bow and arrow and shoot tomahawks. Here at Many Point, you can get merit badges such as Wilderness Survival, where you sleep in a shelter that you make yourself. You can also do swimming, archery, pioneering, and many more. Join us as soon as you can.
Maybe you were in like high school or middle school and you were supposed to write a script, but you didn't want to, so you just wing it. It's really easy to, and lots of people do it. I, for one, have done it a lot, and it's been pretty fun sometimes, but sometimes I got into a lot of trouble for doing it. But moral story, don't do it. It craps you up. I actually wrote a script on this, and it's pretty stupid. And
hello everyone, my name is Harold Carlson. I am a Boy Scout of America. I love Many Point Lake. Many Point Lake is over 90 feet deep, with great visibility. It has many fish species including dogfish, bass, northern pikes, sunfish, perch, and walleye. Many of these fish's fry are hatched in the spillway in Voyageur. When the fish are old enough, they make their way out to the lake. They must watch out for the common loon, the symbol of Many Point. The loon is an agile swimmer and catches fish very effectively. The flippers are placed at the back of its body, which is great for swimming, but gives it a disadvantage on land. Well, that's some fun stuff to know about Many Point Lake. Goodbye.
Hello, this is Michael Oakes from the top of the climbing tower at Many Point Scout Camp. Breaking news. Somebody just lost grip and fell off the climbing tower. Oh no, its leg is broken. AJ has to fix it, and he runs over there quickly to do that. And now, AJ hauls him away because he's the first aid merit badge counselor, showing all the kids that are taking the merit badge at the same time. Oh my gosh, it's such a crazy one. Now back to Tim.
Okay, today in Hibbing Scout Camp with Troop 38, we made a great discovery. Fried cookies are amazing. These new things that are called fried cookies were cookie dough made at What's Cooking at Handicrafts and were fried in Hibbing Campsite. A little crispy on the outside, but they were very delicious on the inside. Back to you, Chance.
Chance Nelson giving you updates on the sales at the trading post. Today, there's a 50% off all sweatshirts, 20% off all tees, 3% off all slushies, and 5% off all candy bars. You can even get a cool knife.
My name's Sydney, and I live in Canada.